Entrepreneurs is being brought to you by Macmillan Estate Planning. Safeguarding your family, safeguarding your legacy. Macmillan Estate Planning. Safeguarding significance.
We live in a world of celebrations, parties, conferences, and special events. It's a world where last-minute decisions and changes are a way of life. The demands are high, the risks are high, the adrenaline is high, and the timelines are tight. And this is all invisible to those who show up at these special events. Imagine an outdoor conference for 2,000 people and the tent collapses. Or the truck doesn't arrive with the tables and dishes. Or heaven forbid, the stage collapses with people on it. It's a world where safety, consistency, and reliability have to be the backbone of the company.
You keep going now. Yeah. This is your last row. And then we go down.
Where the stakes are high and success is dependent on the reputation of the supplier. This is true today more than ever before in our society of last-minute changes and I need it now attitude. There's a special kind of entrepreneur who has taken on the task of ensuring that this world moves forward safely and efficiently, and that event planners, caterers, and corporations can be confident that their event will be set up with the right people, the right equipment, and the right supplies. It's become both a science and an art form, relying on people and technology to deliver successful outcomes. Today, we'll meet one of the most successful and fastest growing companies in the event rental business in North America.
It's showtime.
They are rapidly expanding to become one of the first national events rental companies in Canada. We'll explore the people, the places, and the challenges encountered with this I Need It Now business in this week's episode of The Entrepreneurs.
It takes guts to achieve glory, drive, determination, and the courage to take risks when no one else will. Innovators, trailblazers, and pioneers of industry don't hear the naysayers. Their heads are in the game, even when the playing field doesn't exist. They have the focus to keep their eyes on the prize, the steadfast belief in the dream, and the willpower to make it happen. These are the Entrepreneurs.
Summer is here, and so are the festivals, parties, conferences, and weddings, all demanding that their event is the best that it can be. Special Event Rentals is a leader in the event rentals industry in Alberta, with a legacy that stretches back over 30 years. And now, they're in their biggest growth spurt ever, with their eyes on national dominance.
How an event like this works is E equals MC squared is the event management company, and they're basically the brains of the operation on these big events. And so they will come up with the creative concept of what the event will look like. And then they will hire us to do flooring, to do staging, to do the tables and chairs. We're fortunate. We cater to 2 people to 2,000 people. And that diversity has given us a platform of security in growing our business and be able to rent to anybody and anytime, anywhere. That way?
Yeah. So if we just do an 8x8 right here,
okay,
that'll be perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Do you have enough flooring to do the 2 sides?
It's not the flooring that was the issue, it was the alignment. We basically supply everything that a event planner, wedding coordinator, corporate event planner, and a facility would need for their event to be successful.
Now that they've got this rolling, just give me 5 minutes to measure.
How long does it take to put those gates up?
My partner started Special Event Rentals over 30 years ago, and he was a pioneer in the event industry, especially in Alberta. He built the company up into what it is today, one of the largest rental companies in Western Canada. I approached Neil about 15 years ago now to start the Calgary office, and I didn't want to reinvent any wheels. I just wanted to copy the same success and hopefully improve on it.
Shaking hands and starting a partnership seems pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, right. Darren had to cash in everything. He sold his rental properties, cashed in his RSPs, and even got money from family and friends.
So you keep going now.
Yeah.
This is your last row. And then we go down. Go down where you can. And then a couple of 2x4s will go in there later.
The tagline to our company is "The experience matters." We've been working together for 15 years and have had amazing experience with them on every project that we do. And I can't say enough about Darren and the value that we put on that trusting relationship.
There's always some challenges, just like those aren't supposed to be there. So that's going to be a few hours of cutting, of figuring out what to do. Better not do that now than tomorrow.
Many times I have failed, and I failed on certain products, I failed on certain ventures, but the biggest thing I think that I do is I tend to say, what can I learn from this, and what should I have done differently, and I keep going. To be an entrepreneur, you don't have a book to follow, so you have to believe in yourself, first and foremost. You have to be looking forward, you have to be willing to take a risk and willing to take a chance.
The most important trait for an entrepreneur is that you adapt. You lead by leading. You have to believe in what you're doing and demonstrate that, and put yourself in other people's shoes.
My experience in business opportunities started with a vending machine business in university, then it went into rental properties, and then even renovating houses. All that gave me a good foundation to start learning about business. You have to constantly adapt and change, and that's one thing I learned also, is that the business models now of a business plan and it stays for 30 years, those days are gone.
He is constantly looking for new products, new mergers, new acquisitions, new alliances.
He's always looking for that, always to move forward and trying to satisfy the customer. What's best for the customer?
Working with Darren is a challenge, and it definitely requires skill. You need to know when to get on the Ferris wheel, when to get off. He's constantly moving, 100 miles an hour. All the while we work to keep the ship running.
He's always thinking about new things.
He's known for giving people opportunities. That's where I got my opportunity.
You have to have a definite sense of purpose, and that means to me, there's no failure. It's not an option. If you think you can fail and you're thinking about failure, odds are you're going to fail. There's going to be setbacks, there's going to be turns, but your vision is still forward and your vision is still a success at the end of it.
Since Darren joined the special events rentals in 2002, the industry has seen a lot of changes and a lot of new demands. They grew their business from a small ma and pa style to employing 225 people in its 4 locations during the peak summer months. Company revenues were well over $14 million last year.
So my vision and strategy right from the start was to have multiple locations, to share inventory, and take product and to leave it where it's needed the most. It allows the inventory sharing, which is a strength of our model. But over time, then there'll be less shipping, less handling, and lead to more successful business operations. If you partner up with us, basically in less than a year, you can be up and running, be on a website, and have a fully operational rental company with support, technical support, logistics, warehousing. All of the things we have learned will help a company start up and get competitive advantage that would take otherwise 4 to 5 years to learn.
Good afternoon, Special Event Rentals.
Darren used to focus on costs and expenses. Money always seemed like an obstacle.
What I've learned is when I focus on debt, I'm not focusing on the future, I'm not focusing on growth. The debt seems to take care of itself and the bills seem to take care of itself when I'm focusing on the growth strategy part of the business.
Next to having strong relationships with his clients and staff, the most essential aspect for his growth is his 3-part strategy: designing systems, acquiring supplies, and seeking new opportunity.
I'll design business plans years ahead and slowly adjust them over a year, and then when I think they're a good idea, I'll start implementing that design that I've created. Doing all that design and strategy, wouldn't be possible without the staff that I have. And I trust them fully and completely. And part of that as a business owner is letting go and making sure the people you have in place are successful, and you're allowing them to become leaders and become successful at their job. Micromanaging people is something that can hold a business back. If you have successful people and they are happy and passionate about what they're doing, they'll actually do a better job than me.
With the trust of his staff, Darren could now spread his wings and look at how to improve the business.
I fear to fail. I don't like to lose. My thoughts are, if I failed and if someone beat me, it's not because they're better, it's because I didn't do the best I could. And problem solving becomes the key to our days.
Get one pallet here so we can build that floor out.
That's what we're just talking about, because it's with the way they lock, we can't build it out that way. We'd have to build it and then slide the whole thing into place.
Let's see. You know, this would be one of the larger applications, one of the bigger square footage jobs we would do.
What really drives me is building a business and then protecting what you've built, but it's the growth, it's the strategy, it's the adjusting, it's the good, the bad, but it's basically striving towards building something.
As you can see, it went pretty fast. We did it in 3.5 hours, started at 6 a.m., so it went well. Now it's the edging that seems to be taking a long time.
I have a backyard party every year that hosts over 1,000 people. The logistics in terms of what goes where are critical, which means you work with the best people. Darren has run my events in terms of supplying tents and all sorts of accessories for more than a decade, and not once have we encountered a problem.
15 years ago, what was set up at Special Event Rentals is totally different than what it is now.
The biggest challenge we face is growth and people. Over the past years, we've bought about 3 different smaller companies, a catering company and a furniture rental company, and those have worked out really well for us. And the key part of that strategy is, what is the competition doing? What does the market need? And servicing that. We purchased a furniture decor company for $150,000. In that same year, we did $150,000 in rentals of the product we bought, so we did well there. And I think the key to the success has been that strategy on what is going on in the marketplace and who's for sale and why are they for sale, and a bit of luck and a lot of hard work.
Our motto is that we don't say no. We do our best to make sure that we can meet every customer's request. We're working with probably about 60% of small to medium contracts.
Special Event Rentals is a work in progress, and managing 20% annual growth year by year isn't without its challenges. That's where innovation is so important, so things don't fall between the cracks.
Whenever I go to another city, the first thing I want to do is go to a party rental business there and see if I can learn, see if they do something better than we do, or see if I can help them out. Because if I can help them out, the following year I'll get a phone call, hey, Darren, worked out great, and this is what we're doing now, and hey, have you tried this? And we gain. Whenever that happens, I seem to benefit from helping others. So that's a really cool part about this business. To be successful in this era, you need good software. We purchased it 3-4 years ago. It was well over $100,000. What it helps us do is grow and not be slowed down by paperwork.
It allows me to go look at an item in the program and see how many times it's been rented. I can see how much we've paid for it. It really gives us a great idea of what products are moving for us and what products aren't.
The reports on the software are invaluable to us. It helps us determine the demand that the product has, how many times it's rented, how much revenue is made. It helps us determine the return on investment, the demand, how many times has the customer rented this. And it allows us to do more orders every day.
Over 60% of special event rental revenues come in just 5 months during the summer. So the company has to be organized and efficient to react to the ever-changing needs of its clients. Before the recession happened, they'd have 30 to 40 events at Christmas, but that all changed.
Our customers that rent from us all year round, they have a set discount because of the business that they give us every month is what feeds our company and is what supports us.
We've been able to build relationships with special event rentals for the last 15.5 years, and it's extraordinarily important. They do amazing work. They treat our staff very well. We've got a lot of fun when we work together, and they provide us the best value for what we get.
So with the event planners, the one thing that I want to stress is that we do not compete with them. They are our great clients. We work with them very closely.
We are fortunate enough to work with Darren and his crew. They have been absolutely amazing. They are the true definition of customer service, and they go above and beyond.
For me, one of those aha moments when I was starting out was we had a very successful client doing a big event. They needed the product for a 3-week span for 6 hours of use. And so my struggle was I didn't want to charge them for 3 weeks, then they're only using it for a day. The event planner came back and said, my customer says, can you quit bothering her with the price? And can you do it or not? And some people just need to hear yes, and you're going to get it done.
Special Event Rentals just got voted Best Rental Company in Canada from their customers and peers.
We never say no. The issue these days is hiring quality people, and when you do an interview, sometimes you're not really seeing who the real people are. So a lot of times we'll hire people if they meet 60% of our criteria, and then we'll know within a week or two if they fit our culture, if they have the work ethic, and if they meet our demands on what we need for an employee.
We are constantly looking for ways to keep our employees engaged and maintain them over the long run. We want to reduce our turnover, which reduces our costs over the long run.
50% of the Special Events Rental staff has been with the company over 3 years. The company insists on paying their staff better wages, which in turn saves on training costs.
I have been with Special Event Rentals for 4 years. In the industry, 26.
I'm managing the linen area, the laundry. I've been working here for 8 years. I'm looking forward always to improve and coming up with the solutions. It's challenging, so that's what I love.
The ability for a business to adapt is key to their success. And businesses need to innovate and prosper with new products, ideas, and approaches. That's what Special Event Rentals did. They started building strong relationships with their clients, and they hired the best people and created a strong culture around that approach.
We're open Saturdays and Sundays for customers to pick up and return. This increasing store hours allows people that are having a function Saturday to return Sunday, because a lot of people have problems bringing back product on a Monday. All of our product is hand polished, and cutlery is bagged. We have crates and racks and organized and clean, and that really helps to save time and money for everybody.
In the rental business, anything can go sideways at any point in time. Things can go missing, things can get stolen. We're constantly working on product and where it is, when it's coming back.
We had a rental truck that was hit by another car. It was not our fault, but because there was injuries, the truck was seized for about a month and a half. The biggest issue was all the rental equipment in the back of the truck were seized.
They've come up with innovative ways to minimize problems at their facilities. This includes designing their own warehouse racks to hold the inventory more compactly and logically. The warehouse system is laid out so the inventory flows in a circle, so that there's an organic approach to the flow. They're not wasting time going back and forth and tripping over each other. And Darren is constantly looking for ways to maximize profits by staying alert to the company's needs.
Keeping your eye on costs is huge. We bought a forklift when Target Canada decided to pull out. We bought racking. We bought a forklift that was well over $30,000 for $7,000. You've got to be prudent. You've got to keep an eye on the dollars. Sometimes we'll lease trucks instead of purchasing them to keep that capital expenditure on buying products as opposed to buying equipment. You don't make money from equipment, you make money from the rental products. So it's just where you put your money.
In the event rentals business, everybody wants it today. There are last-minute requests and last-minute cancellations.
Our lead time has been shrinking. It's become shorter and shorter term. Our clients are calling today, wanting it tomorrow.
What frustrates me is sometimes hearing that we're not delivering the right service on site, that the customer satisfaction is not there, the drivers are grumpy, or there's no communication with the customer. And that's really frustrating. And a lot of times I blame myself first. Is it something I haven't talked to that driver about? Does he know what our culture should be? Does he know when they're going on site, it's hi, my name is so-and-so, it's nice to meet you. What do you need from us? What can we do? And then when we're leaving, thank you for your business, and is everything good? And a contact number if there's any problems. Those little things add up to a huge success when they're done. If they're not done, it's those little things that get customers annoyed, and we hear back from them. We all make mistakes, but it's how we recover, fix them, and solve them that separates us from the pack. We solve problems.
Everything is on the table. This is arguably the biggest outdoor event of the year. It's like a small village. 2,500 people are here and there's no turning back.
It's showtime.
Darren's vision for Special Event Rentals is to build a national brand, to build it so that someone in Toronto can call us and get equipment and get our service, our quality, anywhere in the country.
I think one of Darren's biggest attributes is that he just sees potential. He sees forward. He's not someone who really looks backwards. And I think that's a positive thing for anyone in a company who wants to see growth. I don't know if I could work for a company where the owner just didn't have that drive in himself.
2 more cranks. Perfect.
We have probably 20 smaller tents, and then we have about 15,000 square feet of structure. We run into issues all the time on site. It might be scheduling, it might be weather related. Almost every site gives us a new problem to solve.
Everybody here is a problem solver. You have to think differently to find a solution, whether it be the truck broke down, the equipment got damaged on delivery, or the wrong equipment was sent. There's many different solutions we have to come up with to make the rest of the day go smoothly so other customers aren't affected by one mistake. Do not like the ripple effect. So it's the little things, if you deal with satisfaction of employees, the quality of the product, that come back to you in fivefold when they're done right. And it's also what some of our competition isn't doing. It's those details that we try and do that our competitors aren't doing, and it starts with the staff and the employees. The scope of things we rent for events like this are staging, bars, flooring, tables, bar stools, dance floors.
Each year our event gets bigger and better every year, and each year we try to add something, a different feature, a different item for our guests, and Darren will source absolutely everything under the moon.
You have a blue or a red poncho, come to me. Come to the voice. Stay away from the light.
So today they managed to pull off a Guinness Book of World Records, the most humans in a cowboy hat. 325, I believe, and that was enough to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. In these events, some adrenaline about timelines, about dealing with weather, dealing with complications that happen. There's some fear, there's some adrenaline, but mostly it's just trying to make the event go well and trying to make it a hit and a success.
We want every event to be special and every event to exceed our customers' expectations.
My big goals and responsibilities are to make my clients look good. When that happens, Special Rentals wins.
The Entrepreneurs has been brought to you by McMillan Estate Planning. Safeguarding your family. Safeguarding your legacy. McMillan Estate Planning. Safeguarding significance.